really good experience as a tutor. Like, I literally had kids from the first grade all the way up until the fourth grade. Like, now they're going to be seventh graders. I literally helped students learn how to read. Like, I've helped kids come out of their shell. Like, as a tutor, like, you have so much, like, you just have such a strong position, and like, you play such an important role. But I get emotional. So maybe I'm working in the right field. Hi guys, I'm Tiana, Site Liaison for Central Unified. I have been with Teaching Fellows for the past 5.5, 6 years. I started off as a tutor, and then I was an assistant site lead, and then I was also a site lead. I've now been a site liaison for about 1.5 years. So let's go ahead and get into it. So we did a poll on Instagram and you guys submitted some questions. So I'm going to go ahead and answer them for you guys. Okay, first question. So do you have any ideas for the middle school lesson plan and middle school fun Friday? That's a good question. So for middle school, I would say definitely take a survey or a poll of your students and just see what they're into at the moment. It could be gaming, it could be, fashion design, things like that. Whatever's trending is normally what our middle school students are into. So that'd be a great starting point for any fun Fridays or any lesson plans, anything like that for middle school. Does a floater play a big role for the team? Yes. So a floater is all things and everything for a program. You literally cannot live without a floater. It's definitely a luxury if your program allows for you to have a floater, but the important role that the floater plays is kind of just being there to pick up any missing pieces or to kind of catch anything that's kind of falling apart. So let's say you have somebody who forgot supplies, your floater's able to go support that class and provide that supplies. Let's say, site lead's out for the day, so it's all on the ASL. You're able to support in that too. Sign out, all things programming, a floater role is very important. So we always got to make sure we're appreciative of all of our floaters. So shout out to you guys. How can we become a site lead? Okay, so everybody can become a site lead if you're choosing to do so. That would be on the Teaching Fellows website, so ctff.us. You can go ahead and check out the application on there. I would definitely say that there is some prep work when wanting to be a site lead. You want to have those experiences as a tutor, also as an assistant site lead as well. That's definitely an important aspect of things. And I would also encourage you guys to just kind of reach out to your liaison and just try and get different experiences at different school sites. That'll just kind of help you be a lot more well-rounded, maybe working a summer program at another school site. It'll just give you those different experiences and different demographics that you'll be working with. It could also be something like, maybe you work at an elementary school, but you're trying out a high school program for summer or for winter program. It's just kind of preparing yourself to become more well-rounded. I would definitely recommend that if you're wanting to become a site lead. Okay, so I'll talk about my experience on how I became a site lead. So I started off as a tutor at Washington Colony, which is my old elementary school that I actually went to school at. And so I was a tutor there. I would always let my site lead know, like, hey, do you need help with anything? Is there anything, that I can volunteer for? I would volunteer my time for PO shopping. That was just something that was kind of interesting for me. I did have the drive to, eventually obtain a leadership position. So once the opportunity presented itself, we did have an opening, and I did receive the assistant site lead position at Washington Colony as well. So it was a great experience. I was able to give back to my community, and eventually I was also able to obtain the site lead position. I built a lot of great relationships with, people that I had went to school with prior, teachers that I had had in my classes before. It was just a really great experience that I had. And so I definitely recommend building your relationships with your community. And, my experience is definitely a unique one, but I wouldn't change it for anything. Do you work around college schedules? Yes, so Teaching Fellows does work around college schedules. We have AM programs and PM programs. So whether your school schedule is all in the morning, most likely your schedule will fit after school. If your school schedule is like all in the PM, you'll most likely fit into the category of AM. So yes, we do work around college schedules. We just ask that either your classes are in the AM or in the PM to help best fit a program that'll be, great and fit for you. What is the best advice you would have given yourself when you were a site lead? I love this question because as I've been a liaison, there's so many things that I wish I could have told myself as a site lead, and there's so much that I've learned from other site leads as a liaison. The best advice that I would have given to myself would have been to really explore the connections that I've made, whether it was, me meeting other leads at a site lead meeting or just crossing paths, at school or anything like that. Just really build those connections and bounce ideas off of each other. You may have a great program at your school site, but there might be another lead who does something differently from you, which your students and your program can benefit from. So I would definitely recommend, building those connections with other leads and seeing how you guys can help support each other at your school sites. Thank you guys for submitting your questions to CTFF Talks. We'll see you next time.